The hermaphrodite child of the sun and moon. Abstract, analyzes the natural and supernatural birth, destruction, and regeneration of the symbolic child. Introduces the theory and practice of how to quest for and manufacture the philosopher's stone. Includes applications and explanations of verses by the famous Swedish adept Norton, from an ancient manuscript. Now, for the first time, revealed according to mystical tradition and esoteric enlightenment. Includes the Kabbalistic signs of Solomon, explained by a master student of nature, with 12 emblematical figures with corresponding explanatory paragraphs. Translated by Mike Brenner. Paragraph 1. Among the 7 planets I am called the Sun. My pointy crown symbolizes the process. First, we become completely subtle and pure, and bind with Mercury. Then the black raven grows. It is buried in the grave, rising anew, adorned with lilies, and betrothed. Then at last the Sun-child appears, bedecked with purple on his throne. Canon 1. Worship God, and love those who overcome their depression and cravings. Give only the best to God and neighbor. Come, I will show you a treasure that you will treasure, a golden fountain and a silver spring, from the Word of God and the soul of humanity. I am that treasure, better than all other good things. Yet, I am also an poisonous dragon, a furious lion with jaws open like an abyss. All metals bow before me. When I grab them, they bust to pieces. Paragraph 2. If the sublime wisdom of the universe, prized about all else, had opened up clearly, as told by Philoleth, and if my mother, nature, hadn't grayed my colorful Mercury, and if my fiery life were revealed, then there would be as many adepts as there are sophists now. But God wills the greedy world not to grasp my nature or discover my Mercury. So I am only known to those who God sends to my master, who explains everything clearly and reveals my figure, what to make out of the poisonous dragon, and my solid red brother. Canon 2. My species gives me a gray belly, but I'm neither male nor female. Rather, I have both genders. My flesh and blood prove it. My blood is male, my flesh female. The power of both is spiritual. I have both male and female organs. So people call me a hermaphrodite. My treasure is the earth element, where there are minerals, metals, and such. Yet I'm nothing that you may suppose. I am one substance by my nature. In my metal form I am simultaneously hot and cold, wet and dry. Paragraph 3. Hermes called me the sun and the moon. Riplius called me the green lion. Our author called me hermaphrodite, but I pay no attention to that. It makes no difference. Nor does it matter what the sophists call me, for they learn nothing for all their trouble except 1. I am one substance, not two. 2. In me is Bernard's little fountain. 3. I am dry water, subtle pure. 4. I am raised up by the power of Mars, as commanded by Philoleth, the famous adept who coagulates my esoteric nature with Mercury. Canon 3. 4 elements are sealed in me. Sulfur and mercury are dissolved in me. I am savage, deadly, smoky, poisonous, solid, liquid, constant, and gaseous. Not animal, vegetable, fungus. Arsenic, vitriololon, salt. Sulfur, mineral. Gold, nor any metal. I am white mercury. I have only one root and 2 stems. Everyone despises me, because I don't look too cool in my dull gray coat. Yet, I am like the prize-winning beehive that produces the best honey for lords, princes, and the king. I equally valuable for everyone, high and low, rich and poor. Paragraph 4. Norton, Philaletha's instructor, drew me in my correct form, and he saw me clearly. Everything good is in me, which you and everyone can do. In the middle is my crowned figure, my silver Mercury, which the educated call argentum, and which is known as quicksilver. Two hazy materials must be made very clear. Maria writes, to perform the work. Those two are my frozen water, and my brother Mercury, subtle and pure. Canon 4. I am the good unicorn of the ancients. Dissociate me into two, and then bond us back together, so that my mortal remains no longer decompose. That is how to get the most powerful medicine. Pay no attention to my wild and poisonous nature, because, God willing, I cure all sickness and give long life. Paragraph 5. This figure clearly shows the orbiting of the four elements. Turn air, fire, water, and earth into water through our fire. Then make that water into earth. That completes the work. In other words, separate the air, fire, water, and earth, and unify them once more. Do it gently or all is wasted, and all the work and all the reward are lost. The crown sits in the point of the earth. Canon 5. Seek after reason and intelligence, and do not look down on me, though I am vile and small. Nothing else in the entire world contains the true tincture, since I have the subtle and pure Mercury, settled, without turbulence, completely liquid, yet white and clear. Paragraph 6. The dry water indicates a substance that wets nothing, yet is the seed of all humidity. It is the green lion's partner, made pure and subtle by the Mars nature. The white Mercury is made here. It must be polished as bright as a spring of liquid silver. That is how to gently inspire the work along, so it binds with its red servant. The sixth canon. A king in purple robes stabilizes me each time. That is the pure gold of the philosophers who seek it in me. It is called solid red sulfur. Everything else keeps a wide berth, because I can do it all single-handed. Though I am only one stone, I tolerate no silver or gold, and Mercury treats me with disdain. I complete the entire work, all by myself. Paragraph 7. Here the work begins. A duality gives the power to heal, the elixir of long life. A duality separated by a moist fire, bestowing health and wealth. That is how to see this figure. Canon 7. Do not pollute me. Just dissolve me, coagulate me, and turn me upside down. That how to do good work. Paragraph 8. When sun and moon with Mercury are joined together, indivisible and fireproof, an eternal splendor occurs. But, you must know and understand figure 8. All work will be in vain in this mysterious art, if mundane moon and Mercury entice you from the path. Mystical moon and Mercury is another name for one's nature. Mystical fire is the fiery water, in which the mystical moon and sun are cremated. Canon 8. Dissolve me gently, with no water or powder. Place me in a moist coffin. I turn white and red. Then bubble forth a spring, fair as the moon, bright as the sun. Paragraph 9. This figure shows the power of the liquid fire, cooking and melting. solid into liquid. Fire which slays the sun and moon then resurrects them. Then the 4 elements turn solid red. The lesser work gives way to the birth of the child of the sun. Canon 9. The black raven grows. For those who are able to stop the fire, and be patient until the colors appear. Paragraph 10. Your first task is controlling this faculty. Turn our virgin earth into milk, but be gentle and take as long as a pregnancy. Then the raven is born, later classified as the peacock. In 5 months, lilies bloom. When you decide to open the door for him. Canon 10. Now it whitens and has the power to transmute lead, tin, copper, and mercury into the finest silver. Blessed be. Paragraph 11. Diana shines through. When the proud peacock gives up his tail, the white swan Diana appears. Like the man in the moon. You can transmute Venus, Mars, Mercury, and tin into silver. Just think about what he did, and do it the same way. Then the power of the swan grows, and changes all metals into silver. Canon 11. Keep going until it turns red. If that happens, thank the Lord, for the sun is the beauty that is in all the metals. The sun is the power that turns those metals into gold. Paragraph 12. Alchemy turns the swan into a salamander abruptly. She feasts on heat and lives in flames, blood red in color, nourished by the glowing embers. Those who bow to her rule, like the pelican who gives all to his young, will see the salamander develop their strength and virtue. But she only appears to those who understand 7 stars. She opens up the 7 gates for us. Canon 12. Just one thing under the sun. Its possession is the secret of making gold. Its form is both male and female. Its nature is both hot and cold. Its nutrients pour out. Its male part, solid, its female part, liquid. Its unity makes it the beginning and the end. Its state changes from male to female, dissolving, putrefying, purifying, coagulating, until the golden child appears. Its milk feeds the child anew, and lets you immediately repeat the work, until everything flows and penetrates. Then fine gold accumulates. Its spiritual body turns acid. Its colors have to be made ready for the work. But be righteous and guard against sins, and God will grant you this treasure. Its color will eventually turn red. And then remember to thank the Lord. The end.